Respected Swamiji, dignitaries on the dais, respected elders and seniors in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. It's almost good afternoon. But however, I'd like to make my speech as effective and as interesting as much as before the speakers before me. The theme for the conference has been peace and reconciliation. However, the theme given to me has been the right to education is the key to peace. Mrs. Saumini Jain also spoke on the similar topic, and we have similar views. I do hope to share my perspective. So at the outset, I'm very humbled to have got this opportunity, and I thank Vishwamohan Foundation for this opportunity to be present here and express my views. I'm reminded of a young Hindu monk who, with his superb diction and eloquence, addressed the preachers of all religions of the world about the glorious Hindu philosophy that he represented in Chicago. As I prepared my speech, I happened to read Swami Vivekananda's words. In that conference, I quote his words from that famous speech, which is so relevant even today. Sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. They have filled the earth with violence, drenched it often and often with human blood, destroyed civilizations, and sent whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these horrible demons, human society would be far more advanced than it is now. Unquote. This speech was in the year 1893. 128 years later, we still see war. As Mr. Tirumurthy has said in his very enlightening speech, there has been a rise of terrorism. There has been a rise of phobias. There has been a rise of divisiveness in religion, which was echoed by other speakers as well. So we still see war. We still see religious conflict. Today, when we look into the broad spectrum of society, we know that the problem is not limited to war, to terrorism, or military competition. We have in cyber war, where the enemy attacking us is unknown, invisible. How ironically, the absence of war is considered as a symbol of peace today, in generally speaking terms. And unfortunately, a large part of the entire world population is still living under the black shadow of social and economic exploitation, physical harassment, and mental distress. While peace, reconciliation, and development are fundamental to societies in conflict, as well as to the post-conflict societies, emergence of complex challenges is common in all efforts to make these ever-cherished conditions concretize in diverse societies. Clashes between different ideologies evolve into armed conflicts. And finally, the common people who have no notion, no idea of what is going on, become the victims of the hostilities of these factions and start fighting. However, every post-conflict society is invariably faced with the cumbersome challenge of developing strategies to recover from the loss and disappearance of the loved ones, infrastructure, and livelihood destruction, moral and physical trauma, pervasion of hatred and suspicion, and aggravation of the difficulties in the mechanisms applied for building confidence, building trust, building goodwill, and commitment for coexistence. Experts of humanities and social sciences opine that the problem lies mainly in the compulsion for getting the conflicting groups to re-articulate their philosophy of existence and live together in a novel spirit of cooperation and coexistence. They are compelled to make unimaginable compromises for the sake of peace, for the sake of development, for the sake of enriching their own lives, for the welfare of their dependents and their future generations. Unlike some decades ago, the revolutions in social media and telecommunication have empowered the conflicting parties to widen the reach for their own justifications of their respective causes formulated in their own domains. Every party, whether it's a state actor or a non-state actor or group, tends to see the problems from their respective angle and find it difficult to work with the others regarding a common solution that ensures the well-being of everybody. I represent the common man who was impacted by the conflicts. Fortunately, we have many esteemed speakers here who may give a glimpse of the efforts taken by the focused lot who wish to bring about a change towards refinement. According to spirituality that most of us believe in, the fundamental superiority of the soul is only peace. It is peace. In the Vedas, in the Upanishads, and all types of relevant literature available representing all types of religion, as echoed by speakers who have presented earlier, they all say love and affection towards the living creature is considered the utmost necessity today. UNESCO has considered peace as the first condition for any development. The UNESCO also considers peace education as the basis of various human values and beliefs and calls it as the umbrella concept, under which inclusion of sacrifice, compassion, love, cooperation, non-violence, justice, human rights, etc. is present. Ethical values lead the person towards this center of peace. But when we look at the present scenario, we see that today, the most cosmopolitan question in front of the entire world is mainly related to the absence of desired peace. On and off, there seems to be a threat of fundamentalism, controversy, and dissonance that disturbs or impacts every living soul, directly or indirectly. Therefore, it has become imperative to formulate an alternative form of dialogue focused on peace, reconciliation, and development that is vital in the sustenance of diverse communities, nations, territories, cultures, values, etc. And that should begin from the grassroots level and extend beyond, across all societies, across rank and file. Undoubtedly, children and present youth are the upcoming generations of any country. As the important, the most empowered and resourceful sections of our society, they are in high desire to touch the heavens. Over the years, we have conceded that education is an important and a social necessity that is made available to all fractions of the society. It has an important place and value in human life. Without education, the personality of a person is narrow. Therefore, it has been said that without knowledge, life is dark. And knowledge is the third eye of the man, makes him understand all the elements and inspires him to do good deeds. Therefore, human progress and achievement are based on right education. Fortunately, the young generation of today is in favor of this and wants an education system that is unbiased and that can also strengthen them inside and help to ignite their creative minds. I too endorse their views as an individual, as a parent, and as a responsible member of the society. I want peace and harmony amongst all. A good education system should have this ability to calm the inquisitiveness of the acquiring knowledge of the students. A noble education is only that which unfolds all the unknown powers in man. Real education requires the cultivation of a sense of humility, a sense of compassion, a sense of tolerance to all aspects of society. The sense of humility is the basis of a man's character, the true mark of a balanced personality. If we succeed to provide this right direction to their energy, enthusiasm, and inquisitiveness of minds of the young people, then they will be able to become a super vehicle for the development of the society and of taking the nation to greater heights of success. Sadly, in course of structuring education in the past few years, our society has overlooked the importance of value education. Consequently, today's youth have wealth, have glory, have instant gratification, prosperity, and too many physical resources in their life. But still, there's no peace in their minds, in their lives today. As a result, the youth of today seem to be disillusioned about what real human values are, what is natural for people, and how should we act as a society where materialism has gathered pace and where there is no justice even in society. Given the complexities of the human society, today's youth insecurities cannot be said as unfounded or unclaimed. Those who live in a violent environment believe that without weapons, they will not be able to protect themselves. Even school children, you see the shootings in the most developed economies like US, they have become very normal. So as I say this, I implore that the people now here to think of the lives of those who share boundaries with hostile neighbors. Hostility in any form disrupts peace of mind. Therefore, the indication is clear that right education is the only effective option for establishing peace. From the schools till the college till the universities, the mind is young and is wanting to learn. The thirst for knowledge is often there. The thirst for inquiry and to build a scientific temper of mind is always there. So we need to help to cultivate that and will help to bring in that particular values and morals which has to be established in the right age at the right time. It is time when this personality of a student will start taking shape and will begin on a firm foundation. In today's environment, there is a terrible need of not only education, but also peace education, which promotes to lead a peaceful life. That will help in shaping the society in every aspect of societal development. The essence of complete education philosophy is that if we want to ensure it, it is in two lines. Loka, samasta, sukuno, bhavantu. That is, all are to be happy, all are to be healthy. All should stay in love and peace with each other, and no one should be unhurt or unhappy. This whole idea of our Indian philosophy is upended, which is in itself reflects the availability of peace, loving brotherhood, and non-violence in Indian culture. Peace is not only an idea or an argument, but also the vital essence of Indian culture. Plato wrote in the Republic, the identity of an educated person is the sensitivity of using his knowledge and skills to solve the problems of society. The purpose of education is to develop moral qualities in the body and mind in the human body, to respect and resolve conflicts and help to aim at a resolution. Therefore, I do support and endorse that the true and right education is the only aspect that can develop a physical, mental, moral, and spiritual development of the person through qualities such as virtue, courage, strength, harmony in a person. It will elevate every individual to live a satisfactory life, develop a positive environment, and ultimately add to reinstate harmony and peace. Thank you very much.